Welcome to Free Beer Friday, powered in part by the Bearded Monk and Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Just
Thank you.
Fly.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. Well, guys,
What?
we're live. Look at
Are we
this.
live?
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of
everybody.
Free Beer Friday.
How are you doing? Welcome.
Yeah. Look here. Jen, she's here.
Hi.
The bearded lady.
I'm the
Oh.
bearded lady. I know.
We're back the
back
other
in the
way.
regular things.
Yeah. And your host as always, Ben from the Bearded Monk. And
What's
look who we got with us today.
Thanks for having
An
me.
honored guest. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was
we were talking
about
the
Jovi.
beautiful
Jovi, oh,
Yeah.
well,
girl.
Yeah.
I speak for
You're
both
just
of us.
you're just here with her. It's
Right.
fine.
Gavin, you're back again, man.
Yeah.
Back again for Three Nations.
You know, the last time I came here was probably about maybe 3.5 years. No, 3 years
Not
ago.
that long.
Hold on, when was it? I think we discussed this last time I went to your place. It was 2 and change at
Yeah,
least.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Man, so a lot's changing in your world.
Yeah, some
What's
amazing
changing?
things.
I mean,
Well, first, tell everybody, because they may have missed the earlier episodes, they may have been living under a rock. They don't know what Three Nations is.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, give everybody a rundown on Three Nations.
Well, we've been around for about 4 years now. Where am I supposed to look, by the way?
Oh, those two cameras right there. That red one is the one that is on and recording.
Oh, right on.
There it is.
Okay,
The
I'm
green
looking at
one.
this microphone here.
You're like,
a,
Oh,
like a
yeah.
fool. Sorry.
They're
Okay, there it
like
is.
little angry robots. Pretty
And if
cool,
you
isn't
guys
it?
are just listening to us, we were pointing at everybody that's watching us right now on Facebook and YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
just shoving our finger right. We should do a 3D episode one time.
Oh, that would
Just-
be really cool. Is that an ability?
Jake, can we do a 3D episode?
Okay,
Okay, maybe.
We got this.
We'll check in on that.
We
All
will.
right. So anyway, that's
So, I mean, just, been around for 4 years now, which, I mean, I wouldn't say it seems like an eternity. To me, it seems like an eternity. In the craft beer world in Dallas, it's almost a half eternity, let's just say, because, the guys that started in Dallas proper, let's say, are about 8 or 9 years old now, and then mad props and, hat tip to my boy Dennis and Fritz at RAR because they were way before that. But it's, 4 years have gone very quickly. There's no doubt about that. And it's just one of those things where, constantly studying up on what's going on in the marketplace and not necessarily, putting out styles that I think will just sell and chasing trends or anything like that, but finding a good way to do your take on something that is going to be interesting. And that's kind of what
Right
Three
on.
Nations is all about. I mean, the name is, we're called Three Nations because we do German, Belgian, and English style inspired beers with American influence, which that's what craft beer is, right?
Absolutely.
Several years ago, there was only an IPA. It was the English IPA that was delivered shipped from England down to India via ships.
Put
Way
these
back when.
things in there.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Those hops.
things
those things.
And
those
then,
things.
so it wouldn't spoil.
And then fast forward all these years, and we've got cloudy New England style IPAs, right? So none of that stuff was could have happened before we were the path was led by the English back in the day. So so that's kind of the theme that we run with. That's our motto, if you will. And
Love it.
Traditional German style Hefeweizen,
we-
to the Reinheitsgebot, the Shed and Silo.
Oh yeah.
But then you got weird stuff
We're
like
both, we both walked over drinking once.
yeah, we did.
Oh, I'm
And that's legal here, so that's cool.
It is.
Oh, that's so tasty. Are you getting thirsty
and
just
then
listening to that?
this is kind of my old school roots, if you will. Working in with some German brewmasters and stuff like that, and then doing more like off the wall stuff like the peanut butter bananas Foster Stout we're releasing on June 8th at our 4-year anniversary party. So
Happy
it's just
birthday!
coming up.
Yeah,
Wait,
I know.
what was that date again? Say
June
it 3
8th,
times.
June 8th.
June 8th.
June 8th. June 8th. June 8th.
So it's
Nice.
June the 8th.
June the 8th.
Okay,
That's right. It's
got
on
it.
a
It's
Saturday.
a Saturday,
Has that
right?
sunk in
Okay.
yet to everybody out
Yeah,
there?
2 weeks from
Saturday,
tomorrow.
June
so.
8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should be
Um,
in
Farmers Branch.
Farmers Branch.
at Three
yeah,
Nations.
3 Nations, 12 to 6. Tickets, pre-Kindle, go to our website, etc., Facebook. But just to kind of finish that thought, it's just, can you do stuff that was done very, very well 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. If you can do that, that's a really good testament to what a brewery's capabilities are. And then you keep up with the Joneses, if you will, and do some wild one-off stuff.
Get
like that.
crazier.
Peanut butter.
Push it out.
Right.
We're putting
Direction.
pies and peeps in beers now.
I
It's
know,
amazing.
and it makes it so fun
Yeah,
because
and glitter.
yeah, glitter. we haven't done the glitter thing yet,
It's
but
pretty cool.
but
It
yeah,
doesn't
no,
take a lot. It takes very little of whatever that like edible
To make
glitter is
your
to make
mouth
it very,
sparkle.
very glittery.
I'm gonna need to experiment with that
Yeah,
the
it's
next few
weird.
weeks. So that will not be on our anniversary list, but I'm not against trying it. So that's kind of where we stand. So that's the brewery. We've got some really, really good business partners. We've got some really great people that help us do the things we do, sales and the brewing of the beer and the marketing and it's just a joint effort. It's fantastic. So
Oh, sorry, she needed water.
Everybody
She needs
needs
some
some
water.
beer. Come on.
Yeah. Sorry. She had to drink some water, and I felt really bad about. She was like licking, and I was like,
Look at
okay.
her.
So Jovi's drinking water right now. Just letting y'all know she needed a little bit. Are you good? All right, cool.
she's good. Okay.
Good. I'll leave that right there for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't want it back?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. That's not my dog.
Well,
Just
Do you want to mention why Jovi's hanging out with us today, too?
Yeah, I can't I can't release too much information, but she is involved with a marketing campaign we've got going for a new beer.
Oh,
And,
puppy beer?
yeah, and she's the focal point of this new beer we've got.
Little
And
girl, don't be shy.
we've partnered with a dog rescue group, and it should be a good
Right
thing.
on.
It should be a really good
Killer,
thing.
that's awesome.
So the beers are already actually out in the marketplace, but the cans aren't out, and that's kind of like where we hope to really gain huge traction because the story is there, and the goodwill's there for sure. So,
Right on.
So will the
Yeah.
adoptable dogs will possibly be at your brewery to?
Yep,
Okay.
we're
It's
planning
like
on
a big event.
yeah,
for
big-
everybody to come out and adopt.
exactly June
Okay.
29th is the game plan.
That's great.
And without releasing too much information, there should be a ton of dogs there. The
Dog
beer will
party.
be officially released, if you will.
Yeah.
And we wanted to wait until the cans were available so that we can, everyone could be holding a can and see the cool design and that kind of thing, and then just know it's for a really
Yeah.
good cause too.
Well,
So
yeah, you can get them started and wanting to go out there. It's fun.
yeah,
There's going to be adoptable puppies, y'all.
Adoptable puppy.
June 29th, possibly.
I want to
It's gonna be
know
great.
from like Rin Tin Tin to Spuds McKenzie, where is Jovi gonna fall? Like what celebrity status is she gonna have?
ask her mom.
By the way, her mom's
out.
outside, and
Can we turn a
she is
camera
the
around on
restaurant.
her? Do we have one out there? It's
No,
oh
it's not.
darn.
She's
Come
not
back
letting it
around,
happen.
Jill. Come back around. Come on.
No, don't
too
want to
shy.
do it.
She's-
That's
yeah.
okay. That's okay.
She's like, leave Jovi back there. I'm good.
I don't know. Jovi could be the next Spuds McKenzie. I'm digging
She
this
could.
idea.
Yeah.
She's
The
beautiful.
the ultimate party dog of Three Nations.
She got her little branded 3 bandana
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Oh, looking good, girl.
It would be relevant if you saw the whole branding campaign, but this is cool
we
for
will
now.
soon.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah, yeah.
soon.
We will
Yep.
soon.
So follow Three Nations.
Yeah.
On Facebook,
Make sure
on
you do.
Instagram, on Twitter.
Please
You'll
do.
find out more about it.
Please do.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love dogs. We allow dogs into our facility every single weekend.
Nice.
You love dogs?
All day,
No
every day.
way.
Yeah.
There's not one sitting next to you.
Yeah,
By
there's
the way,
one
this
sitting like a human in the chair.
Hefeweizen is very delicious. If y'all haven't had it
Oh,
yet,
yeah.
it's got a very traditional flavor, very clovey and very banana-y. And so you have that little spice at the end, which is one of my favorite parts of a Hefeweizen. But it's also really well balanced and sweet and like just weedy. It's a very delicious beer. You guys
Thank
did a
you.
really awesome job.
Yeah,
Thank
did a
you.
great job on this.
There's I like to say there's kind of like a 6-point checklist when you do a Hefeweizen. And our 6-point checklist is kind of like you stay left or you go right. We stay left, which is kind of more banana.
Okay.
There's 6 different
First
critical
bubblegum side. Is that the
right.
Yeah.
6 different like things you can do with the mash and the actual brewing and the temperatures and aeration and stuff like that. I don't want to get too geeky, but we stayed very, very banana side, and then the clove kind of comes through at the end. So it's worked out well for us. So
Heck yeah. When are these cans hitting the
well,
grounds?
our distributor Full Clip, they picked up today, and they will start delivering. I mean, they do make some drops on Saturday, but let's just call it. Well, we do have Memorial Day on Monday. I know those guys. I know those guys will be working on Monday, but
Inside.
let's just say available to pick up
Beautiful beer.
next week, mid to late next week. Just
Okay,
to give them
right on.
time to fill the channel and stuff like that.
Get
So,
everything out there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Looks
Found where all
delicious.
your fine beverage purchases are made.
Yes.
Yeah, right on. Right on.
Including the bearded
Plug
mug.
in. Yeah.
That's
plug
true.
in bearded mug.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, plug.
Where is the bearded mug?
Oh, it's a block away from here at 122 East McKinney Street.
There you go.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Actually, that was fun talking to, you met some, diehard fans that just had a Bananas Foster.
I know, that was cool.
They were
"We
like,
love it."
where can we find it? Where can we find, they wanted creme brulee so bad.
Yeah, I had to
the
tell 'em
Devout
that-
series
yeah.
has, dude, it's made crazed fans.
It's good.
This is wild. But yeah, trying to explain. No, I'm not at the brewery. No, I'm the Bearded Monk. What is that? It's the beer store bar right there. Where? About a block away.
Now that you
Luckily.
know about it, you're gonna come over and buy
That's
the bananas
right.
foster and all the good
Yes.
stuff.
But yeah, that series
delicious.
has taken DFW by storm, hasn't it?
I think this. I think that. I mean, not that 8.3% alcohol is not a lot. I mean, a lot is relative, but it's just like, oh man, you can actually drink more than one, right? And don't get me wrong, I can't wait to do a 12% alcohol, version of the Devout,
Yeah.
and put it out there so everyone can jump on that train. But the 8.3 is guess what? You can kind of have two and still feel okay, right?
Yeah.
And it's not
3 maybe. I mean.
it's got body, but it's not super syrupy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think that's helped us. If anything, I mean, kind of told you a little bit at our brewery to start, but it's the beers that we make, for the most part, it's they're repeatable, but they're different repeatable, if you know what I mean. The core brands tend to be dry, so that there's not a huge amount of residual sugar,
Yeah.
so that you you don't get palate fatigue, if you will.
Okay.
That happens.
Gotcha.
And then the stouts, where a lot of stouts might have 8, 9, 10% residual sugar. Ours has 5. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
it's just more drinkable, and that's not taken away from anyone else at all.
No.
Because like I said, I'm the first guy to go grab the 12% stout with a huge amount of body
Sometimes
to
you
it.
get tired of it, and then
But
you have to get a palate cleanser.
It's just
and-
one of those things where I think the best measuring stick was my mom hasn't drank a full beer in probably 50 years or something like that, and we came out with the Devout series, and I think the first one we released was the Mexican chocolate, and she drank a full 12 ounces. I was like, this is unbelievable,
Right on.
High five.
So yeah,
Working
thank
on
you,
Mom.
thank you. Yeah. So I mean that's a good thing. And then the guys that are very craft beer savvy, us three here, guys and girls, sorry, us three here. I mean, if they like it too, then there's nothing wrong with that. So
Well, getting full, well-made flavor, I think is probably key for the craft beer market, right? If it tastes bland or it's
Oh yeah, you can't.
watered down or it's way too subtle,
You-
a lot of that's lost.
You can't come out with a subpar beer and expect people to drink it, which unless you're Miller and stuff. Like that. But,
Hey, we're not gonna put anybody down. All
yeah,
beer
that's
has
true.
its
I'm
place.
sorry, it does.
Well,
Miller has its place.
You think too on the Belgian style.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Belgian styles are lost because they are too subtle. Now,
Yeah, I
you know,
can
a
see
2.5% table beer,
Yeah.
Taurus Bulba is 4.5%. I had people just gloss over it.
They do because they want more
Why do I
alcohol.
want that?
Well, when I'm about to go grab a beer, I actually look at the alcohol content because I'm like, do I want to drink 10 or do I want to drink 2 or 3?
Yeah.
And I want to
Right.
drink 2 or 3, and I want to be done. That's my night.
Fair
That's
enough.
I don't want to go Michelob Ultra is low on calories and all that kind of stuff. But you have to drink 10 or 15 to have the same effect as some of the beers that we're drinking right now.
Fair enough.
Right.
And going back to
Yeah.
9%, that's a really good spot. The Temptress that ruled. And it still rules. It's an amazing beer, but they stayed right there at 9.
right.
They didn't go above, and everybody loves that beer. And I think that's the same with you. It's drinkable. You can have 2. You won't die from having just one.
Right.
The 16%ers, and when you get really high up there, those are great, but you can have this much.
Right.
You open that bomber and you share it with 4 friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't,
Yeah.
you will have a bad day the next day. It's you're drinking a bottle of wine, and you're like, what happened to me?
No question about it.
Yeah, so I think that's a great point to make. It's just the 12%ers do have their place and they're delicious, but whenever you just want to have a good day of drinking, and that I love the way you explain the residual sugar because that's so true. you get too much on your palate. Like I don't know if like beer shares and stuff like that, which is another total different culture.
Yeah.
You get all of these huge stouts over, and you have to bring IPAs or a Hefeweizen or a Kolsch because you do get that palate fatigue. And I didn't realize what it was called or what was happening to me. I was like, I can't do any more stouts. I'm out. Like
Yeah.
I'm out, and then I'm like,
it
oh,
just
here's
all-
the IPA. Okay, I can go on.
Everything
like,
just tastes the same.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's exactly what happens. I love the way you explain that. It's
And
great.
then, like, the old thing I say when I give few brewery tours that I do now, it's like, you know, we talk about our core brands and the lack of residual sugar and the dryness is because it's kind of like the old example I use, like, remember when you used to eat a bag of Skittles, like, in one day? It's like, I can't eat another bag of Skittles for 2 months. So imagine if you're drinking sweet beer, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to have another
you're
one of
okay.
those for a while, you know?
You're all right.
So, anyhow.
That's a great analogy right there.
It's just
It is.
that's the way. That's exactly what I think, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and we've got some, maltier, sweeter beers, but it's just okay. Maybe one and done, maybe two and done. That's it.
Yeah.
So
And this is great because, like, even the Hefeweizen, now that you've explained it, it's there, it sits for a
Finishes
little
clean.
bit, and then it goes away.
Yep.
And I'm like,
No.
I want
No.
another sip. It makes you want that next sip.
That's
which
great.
Is great.
Yeah. That's great.
There you go. Three Nations always getting that next sip. Yes, I want
Right?
to try it. Yeah.
I want to talk about this Haze Wizard. I think this made me really excited. We had some folks from out of town that I was out of this, and they said that this must be the best Northeast series
Oh wow.
that they've
Okay.
had.
Good.
They had tried
Did
it.
it place at the like IPA thing that was going on?
Huh?
The IPA competition that went on? Didn't Haze Wizard place it?
What is the IPA competition?
Remember you guys had the competition with DCBC, or DCBC had the
Oh,
IPA?
that was DCBC's. Yeah, their March Madness series.
Didn't-
Denton County Brewing Company. Was this our winner?
I don't know.
Over
It
there.
was placed somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it was the winner. I know.
Thank you.
And
sir.
forgive me, guys. I've got too many things going on right now. But I think last year, I want to say did we place with Mangoes? No. Last year we did not place with Mango Smash. I want to say I heard something like that. And once again, forgive me because there's too many things going on right now, and I can't keep things
For a
in front of
man
me.
That's
working
okay.
up to a 4-year
Regardless-
anniversary.
Regardless, I know that it was probably impossibly placed. So
Oh, yeah.
that's really awesome. And DCBC is great at making IPAs, but
Because this
Y'all
series
played.
has been going like wildfire.
it
Yeah.
smells so good too.
So it's one of those things
Cheers.
where, yeah, cheers.
Now you
Thanks.
can drink it.
Now I can drink it. Do you need some too?
Jovi.
Yeah, just slid that, slide that little cheers
Kind of funny.
real
I
quick.
offered Jovi her beer last night when we were sitting outside of a growler bar, and she refused. So we need to get her a
Because
little.
she's a
You don't
good
like
We
the
need to get her
girl.
accustomed. Yeah.
She says
my
I'm
dog
too
don't
young.
My little multi-poo likes hops, but my big boy likes stouts. So they're
That's
very
awesome.
different. I know. I
Very
tried it.
awesome.
He tried a sour, and he literally made the sour face. He was like,
Are you gonna make a dog beer for this event?
"You should." Oh, that'd be
Yes. Just
course.
boiled
Just like
wort,
no hops
unhopped
and, yeah.
boiled
Of
wort.
course.
Yeah.
Yes.
1% alcohol would be great.
Fantastic. Where were we? Oh,
So anyway,
yeah, this thing.
How,
So,
the response on this guy in the world?
good. So, the Haze Wizard was one of those things where, I'll be honest, we kind of partnered with another brewery in town, which you guys might know well, Turning Point, good friends of ours.
Who's Turning Point?
Yeah, who are those
Guys.
guys? I think they were here a
Who
few
are
weeks
these
ago, weren't they?
guys?
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
And I had heard of New England style IPAs. Like everyone raved about Heady Topper, and this is back in 2015 we opened up, and I'd heard of it, but I was like, okay, I'll go seek it out at some point, but I never got around to it. And so Josh and JP from Turning Point kind of came up and said, hey, look,
Oh, Josh is at Civil Pour now.
yeah,
With Chad and Ellie. Yeah, down in
totally.
Dallas. Yeah.
And so they were like, well, we've got this idea of starting this brewery and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And okay, cool. And I was like, he's like, we love New England style IPAs, and that's going to kind of be like the thing that we do and what have you. And I'm like, okay, great. So like, how can we help? How can we help?
Mhm.
Like, well, can you guys brew a beer, and that's kind of a collaboration with their recipe and go from there. I said, sure, what do you want to do? He's like, a New England style IPA. I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay. Like, this is back in 2017 where it wasn't
I finally
like
get
the
to try
craze,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, yeah, let's do that. And then it went over really, really well. And then, of course, that was like a good marketing campaign for them to kind of get their thing funded and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and
get their foot in the
and
door
they're
in the
doing
market,
really well
right.
now. And so I thank them for that, because we kind of sat there and said, okay, well, why don't we kind of, I'm not going to say we're going to be the front runners of like doing a New England style IPA in DFW, because it happened in the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. But it was like, okay, that was not when, the big macro breweries had New England style IPAs on the shelves, like the guys from, California, Colorado, and Oregon, whatever. And so, first attempt, good. Second attempt, good. Third attempt, good. Fourth on is when it really started to take off. We made all sorts of additions to water. We used different yeast. We experimented with different hops. And now I really think that with this style, and everyone's taste buds are different, it's really important to find hops that aren't super dank. You want that juice factor, right? With this particular one right here, it's volume 9. We use Simcoe, we use Citra, we use Amarillo, and it's kind of an interesting time, because I think a lot of brewers in town will agree with me. Yeah.
I'll try. I don't understand the way it works. There we go.
There it is.
It's super cool too. Like, you guys did perfect artwork for it too, which I'm a marketing
Yeah, I didn't draw it myself.
I love
but-
that.
But I think, like I said, most brewers will agree. It's like when crop years change on hops, you kind of don't know what you're getting, and so that's the scary part. And so we're always kind of like, all right, well, let's try our absolute best to find the most juicy hops we can, and like kind of shy away from the dankness. Just and maybe that's just me, but I think a lot of people think that
it's great.
the juiciness is important.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that is key to the New England or the Northeast style.
It just depends on like where you like. They have their juicy over on the West Coast, but it's a little bit more dank.
Right.
And then you got the New England. It's like juicy, like sweet, and just all of that goodness. Sometimes I change it up. They like switch sides.
But
I would agree.
I think when you look at origination of style, you nailed it. Man, I thought so. I'm still not a huge IPA fan. Like
What?
bittering hops. That's all I get. I don't get complexity
Who are
out of
you,
them.
Ben?
Right? I didn't think I liked IPAs. Period. Until I tried Sip of Sunshine from Lawson's.
Yeah.
They also do Heady Topper, right, through
Sure.
Alchemy. And I went, oh my gosh.
Totally different beers too.
Okay, now I really truly like IPAs. I'd go for this over and over again.
You had your gateway IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
it. You have to have a gateway, any beer, like a sour, gateway IPA. I love that. You had that one.
So I'm
you
glad
love
that
this one?
that this is here, that we've got this wonderful stuff.
Finally in Texas, right? We finally have like a turning point that is giving us all these hazy IPAs, and then we have an amazing brewery, Three Nations, that is giving us a juicy thing that you can buy in the store and like grab and just be good. Like DH,
And this
and, like, all
rotating
of these
series that's
group-
different
Yeah.
every time. So if you had the last six pack, buy the next six pack.
Yeah.
It's just
You
going to keep
just change-
changing.
you
It's
change
so
it.
funny what
Hi,
we've learned.
how are you?
What we've learned from the just like
That's Jovi.
like seasonal beers are great in craft beer. There's no question about it. Because I don't want to throw out numbers, but like if you make good seasonal beer, if for example, if someone goes and buys like every seasonal beer that Three Nations comes out with, or they know we make good beer, or XYZ brewery makes good beer, maybe they'll find a seasonal where like, oh well, I don't like a Hefeweizen, for example, or I don't like a fruited Gosa, so it's like I'm gonna steer clear of this one. But when you talk about variants, oh my gosh. Let me give you an example. The Devout series we've done, we start with creme brulee, and people are like, oh man, creme brulee stout, like that's amazing. And then it's like, oh, the next one comes up, it's Mexican chocolate. Then the next one's horchata. The next one's chocolate hazelnut. And then we go into this golden stout, and we're going to continue this, by the way, going forward, more and more variants. Because
Yay.
like if people
just add more variants within the year?
well, that's it. So
Wow.
that's the thing. So it's like if you've hooked one or two people, or maybe forget the number. If you've hooked someone on your Devout series, or like your base milk stout that has adjuncts,
Your beer.
right? Your beer. Then you do another one and another one and another one.
Yeah.
They see the same name on the can, but it's a different flavor. Then it's like, well, heck, I've had the first one. I loved it. I love the second one. Love the third. Love the fourth. Let's just keep going.
Just every time.
And so that's kind of what we've done with the Haze Wizard. I mean, and I'm not saying we're groundbreaking or anything like that. Breweries do this, right? But it's like if you make a good first impression, second impression, third impression, then they're like, hopefully they're going to want to try every single one. And I
Yeah.
Tup Sub. They've done a hell of a job
Exactly.
with that.
Oh,
In
yeah.
Louisiana.
Heck of
Yeah,
a job.
the-
Sorry, heck of a job.
It's okay.
I think that one's an okay one,
Yeah,
right?
it's okay.
Heck of a job.
It's been proven. Like that one has worked great. There's another. I can't even think of what it's called. I can look it up on my Instagram. But like, there's a beer over in Louisiana and New Orleans. They do the same things. They come out with these different IPAs that are just
Sure.
different each time, and it's proven. People will keep on grabbing those IPAs because you have that same base.
Because it's different enough, but it's not the exact same
Yeah,
thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's got to be a new flavor, and you know it's already been done well.
Exactly.
So you know even the new flavor is
Feel
going to
like it's
taste
gonna be
wonderful.
fine. By the
And
way,
then-
we have some things that have been commented. And I just
Oh,
wanted to,
yeah.
I wanted to bring that up because we have to say hi to our fans. Charles said loves Three
Charles
Nations.
Birkin.
So
Thank
many
you, Charles.
gifts.
Charles
Thank you.
Burkett.
And Douglas Trailer do a drink inf game.
Drink F game.
What's a drink
I don't
inf
know
game?
what a drink inf game is. Do you guys
Do
know
we
what a
need-
drink inf game is?
We could do an episode. You know, it'd be like having somebody randomly say something like Dijon mustard. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Or slide.
Oh,
I
nice.
just slid that in there.
Yeah. Wait, can I work? Can I?
Do you want to open another
Yeah,
one?
let's do
Yeah,
another
go
one.
ahead.
Sure.
That thing is so good. Is that good? Oh wait.
It's really weird because it's like beard hair.
I got a little spray there. That was tasty. I love it. I love it. Okay, so anniversary is coming up June 8th.
June 8th. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Please come by. We're not going, 25 new beers deep. We're doing kind of like tapping at at noon with 5 new beers, tapping at 3 with 5 new beers, and then core brands on tap, and then Perspective on tap, which are hazy pale ale, and then also
That's what we've tapped in tonight back at the Monk. Perspective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what's on tap.
that's
Right in
fantastic.
the middle of the board right now.
That's so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So good.
There's
So good.
also Patrick Little. I got signaled. Patrick Little, late to join, but has Gavin covered
Yeah,
any
so-
potential relocation? Okay.
I didn't know if you want to talk about this. or
Yeah,
not.
I mean, it was kind of let's keep it quiet for a bit. I mean, we made a press release and all that stuff, but like things get delayed, right? Construction, all this stuff, and I've kind of been honestly, I've been out of the loop. I've kind of been doing the whole current location and all that
Working
stuff
on
and,
your brand.
and the best best business partners out there just getting this whole thing set up and all this stuff. And so I did go to the facility today though, and they officially started cutting concrete today. And
Nice.
oh my gosh, the place looks
Laying
huge.
drain.
The place looks huge.
So
and
you're
then
excited.
we're
Okay,
excited.
No,
Good,
first
good.
off,
Yeah.
you
That's
were off
great.
of, is it Val?
So
Valhalla?
we're
I'm just
on.
kidding.
No, no.
Valhalla?
Yeah. We're off of we're on Denton Drive. Not on Denton Drive. We're off of Denton Drive on a place called Squire Place.
So you're near Denton.
Famous.
In
No.
Farmers Branch.
In Farmers Branch. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Very good.
so great.
You
You're
fooled
so
me
close.
there.
A local Denton brewery.
Right?
Yeah. Support us.
Right? Hey, no, they're near Denton. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess historical landmarks, or not historical, but other landmarks would be like the Dr. Pepper Star Center.
Mm-hmm.
It's like literally 0.5
Oh,
miles,
yeah.
like south
Just to
of
the
us.
south of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we're off Denton Drive in between Valwood and Valley View on a street called Squire Place. So that's where we currently
like,
reside.
Just
Yeah.
a block off of 35.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
So
Yeah.
isn't that right? When I come down, I exit Valwood and then just take over and then head south on Denton.
If you got a good
right?
golf swing, you could hit the highway from outside of our facility.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
like a fun thing to do at
I don't.
2 in the
though.
morning.
Yeah, I
No?
don't have a
Oh,
good golf swing. No.
I don't know how to play, I don't know how to play golf.
Jackson does, our head brewer. He's a really good golf swing. But anyhow, so yeah, that's starting to happen. It's starting to become more real, and
Now, where's this new location going to be?
So if you get on Denton Drive and you head 1.5 miles north of where we are currently,
Okay.
there's a cute little pizzeria called Cane Rosso.
Oh, yeah.
Some people might have heard of it.
Yeah, maybe.
We're
maybe.
legit right behind it. So
Wow.
and in fact, one
Right
more
there
thing.
in like downtown Carrollton.
So the Shed and Silo, I don't mean to, but anyhow, that's a photo of our building.
There it is.
Right there.
There's your
And,
landmark map.
This building, the Shed, is right behind Cane Rosso, and then the silos are the historic
Oh, my God.
downtown silos in Carrollton. So we're pretty excited about that. So that's actually our physical location. We're thinking, we're hoping, beginning of September, things can move a little bit, and so we're just hoping for the best.
Okay, so again, just follow you on Facebook. You guys are going to update that as you go.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we want to talk any more about that location and what your plans are there? Or do we want to?
We can. That's totally fine because we've been pretty transparent about everything. Very transparent. The time frame is a little bit off from what we thought. That's fine because things get delayed. But air conditioned tap room, air conditioned event space.
Do you have air conditioning brewing space?
You know what? We're looking at the fan situation at the moment.
That is like
you monster.
I brewed with Denton County and it's air conditioned back there, and I was like, oh, I'm so spoiled.
But you know what though? It'll keep this this old man condition.
That's true.
Just
but
turned
it's
36.
So nice. It's so nice to have a brew and air conditioning.
It's great. So and then event space, and then we just this is actually pretty phenomenal. We stumbled upon the old 3-barrel brewing system from Hofbrau. And
oh my gosh.
We got it.
Where was
we
this?
got it. We got it. We got it just through, people that know people, and we bought it. And
that's cool.
our friend Tim
No
from,
big deal.
from Lakewood, formerly Lakewood, now works at Altstadt. It was like, I called him. It was so funny. They gave me the number. It was like, hey, call this guy Tim and see if it's functional or see how it works and whatever. So I tapped the number via text, and I'm like, oh, Tim.
Oh, it's Tim from Lakewood.
It's my boy Tim. I'm like, okay, cool. So the
even
phone rings,
better.
and I was like, hey, man, is this thing, legit? And he's like, yeah, this thing's awesome. And I was like, okay, so we're going to get this thing set up probably, sometime 2019. I was like, do you mind, maybe can I buy you some beer if you come over and help us out with the first brew? And he's like, yeah, that thing's awesome. So there's a historical piece inside the brewery because Hofbrau was last time they were open. Early 2000s. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been a long time. So we've got the historical piece, historic downtown Carrollton.
It hadn't even
love
been
downtown
that
Carrollton.
recent, has it?
Okay, I will say this: the kegs that we bought that were in the facility that houses the brewing equipment say 2001 on it. So that's why I'm kind of gathering that was the last time they brewed.
It's an
or
educated guess.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
educated guess. So that's exciting. And then I don't know, it's just cool. We're super pumped about it. It was like one of those things where it became reality last August, I think it was, last August, and then we actually signed paperwork and stuff like that. And the fact that City Farmers Branch has been absolutely fantastic, and we don't want to leave, but the City of Carrollton is even more enthusiastic, if that's possible, than Farmers Branch, and we're just excited. It's just we outgrew the space.
That's a good thing.
We've got higher ceilings, so if we want to put bigger tanks in there, it's not going to grow outwards; it's going to grow upwards, and
you got a whole shed to work with now.
Yeah, and the place
amazing for you guys.
The shed is huge, and as the can says, we plan to put 3 Nations Brewing on the roof as well. So it's
so you can see it as you're driving by.
Yeah,
can you put a rock climbing thing in this silo too? That'd be
well,
really sweet.
there is one in there.
Is that where the rock climbing gym
promise
in
you.
Carrollton is?
Yeah,
absolutely.
The Dino Rock, right? I remember it was called something. Okay, you just need to open that up.
Yeah, and so we share the parking lot with those guys. There's a gate, partition right now, but shall we open it? I don't know. That's not really my call. It's theirs.
You
Finish
can't rock
climbing,
climb
come
and
down,
drink.
and come drink.
You can't drink and rock climb.
You don't want to tear your
rock climb and
ligaments as
drink.
you're.
It's hard. You have to concentrate a lot. Have you ever rock climbed before?
Yeah, I'm not good. Yeah.
It's okay.
What?
Not
You
good.
Big
should
ol'
try
arms?
again.
Nah, no, I'm not good.
Grab some
You
stuff.
tall people are a little bit more.
Yeah, we're kind of reachy.
Yeah, it's easier for you to rock climb. For me, I have to focus on how I'm gonna make my triangle and try to reach for the next rock. So it's kind of hard.
All right, so that's our next episode.
Rock climbing.
We'll go climb
at Summit.
Just
There's
we
a
did that
climbing
with
spot.
with Aaron and Josh from Small Brew Pub. We went over
That's
to
awesome.
Summit and we did the whole opening of the show
Just rock
off the
climbing.
wall.
That's awesome.
And then we all fell off and then hung out.
It's fun.
Because we immediately started drinking too, so
Yeah,
we couldn't
it's a
get back on the wall.
It's
So we can go climb, do the episode on the wall.
So the thing
and
is,
then go drink.
about working out and drinking, because you have to balance both, and that's what I'm getting into now. That I'm going to get Ben into here soon.
Don't pet my tum-tum, my beer tum-tum. Dang.
So what you're supposed to do is drink directly after a workout, because the whatever science thing, the glycogen and stuff like that, like replaces and
I
like
am
replenishes
not
your
trusting
sugar.
your science right
It
now.
is the
The
science.
whatever the science is.
Yep, it is. Okay, well, it sounds
Hey,
silly,
the
but like
sciences say so.
you're
sir.
gonna burn through the carbs and the sugar that's in beer faster after a workout than you will a long time afterwards.
Okay.
So
So your metabolism's
that.
already up.
it's already working
Yeah.
through it, and then you're like just burn it off. So
All right, we got a plan.
okay, rock
This thing
climbing,
gets
then
open.
drinking
I'm
3
excited.
Nations.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's
do
this.
it.
You're going to have so much time once the new space opens
Yeah,
that you'll
really-
be able to climb all the time.
yeah.
What we need to do is like, what was that Rocky 3 when he was like carrying logs above his head?
Oh,
was that
yeah.
3 when he's like fought the Russians? Then that was 4, wasn't it? Ivan Drago? I can't remember.
Oh, 4.
4.
Jake says 4.
So that'd be fun to like kind of get like a little CrossFit thing going. Like,
Let's do a
Let's do it.
montage
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
in the parking lot from the brewery
do
to the climbing gym.
oh yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I like this. I'm on board. I'm on
There's
board.
like some people
We've got a promo.
outside that like went to dental hygiene school with me not too long
Look at
ago.
him. She's smiling too.
That's why I freaked
Like,
out
oh
earlier. and
my
I just want to
gosh.
mention that she's awesome. So
Oh, nice.
That's all.
Nice.
Hi, awesome folks. How's it
Hi.
going?
We're going to do some drinking.
Yeah, you should come over to the Bearded Monk. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's ready. She's like chugging face on.
Actually, speaking of,
do you guys want to go back?
you ready to go drinking?
Yeah, I'm ready to go drink.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's do this.
I'm always down for drinking.
Ready.
So we're gonna do handing out some free beer for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are watching at home, turn off your computer, shut down your phone.
Including Matt
Drive
O'Donnell,
up here.
because he wanted to say Mr. Breakfast loves the Monk and Denton Radio.
Oh, thank you, Matthew.
Very
We
nice.
appreciate you so
Yes.
much.
So come up here, Matt. Come drink with us,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's go back to the Monk and party.
I'm down.
You guys need dinner too.
Yeah.
That
So
is true.
She went out.
where do you get dinner in Denton? Anywhere. But the food
Yeah.
trucks are right over there, and I suggested to
That's
them
true.
that they should get the sliders and Freddy's Tacos. I just
Yeah.
want to drop that name
Ooh,
real
I
quick
don't know,
because
man.
it's great.
I
I-
almost famous pizza for me.
Oh, well, Almost Famous Pizza is also great. I just don't,
Yeah.
I don't do dairy.
Oh, that's a tough one. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if Saucy Hibachi would come back, maybe I'll
Like, come
come
on.
on, guys,
Yes.
I'm calling you out. If you're listening, I doubt it, but if you're listening,
If you're
I'm
watching. All right.
Thank you, Gavin, so much for coming on.
I
You
could not be more honored. Honestly, it's
We're
been so
honored to-
long. It's been so long since I've been up here,
been
and
way too
I
long.
think I told you last time I saw you about 3 weeks ago that I haven't been up here in like 10 months.
Well,
That's sad.
It's
You need to come to
scary.
Denton.
You are
It's
running
scary
a
how
brewery.
fast time
You are
runs,
running
you
a
know?
brewery,
Yeah.
and that's
But
a,
Denton's a good space.
that's a long
Fantastic.
life, man.
I mean,
We only accept you with love.
I wish I could come here like once a week.
Maybe you should live here.
Hey,
I have been recruiting.
she's
Just
got to
throwing that
approve
out
first.
there.
Jovi's got to approve first.
Well, she already loves me. She's been licking me the whole entire
All
time.
right,
So I'm just saying.
Jovi got to approve first, but
Oh,
if she
sure.
does, then we can consider that.
Jovi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you down? She's like, yes. She said yes to me.
Jovi has been the worst guest. I'm sorry. She has not paid attention to this conversation at all. She's just been sitting there.
Looking outside at all the people.
That's all right. She's got some fans outside.
Exactly. So
That's
maybe-
true.
mesmerized.
She's pretty awesome, huh? Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go drink some
Cheers,
more.
cheers.
Come
Cheers,
by
guys.
and get some free beer.
Thank you all so much.
over-
Awesome.
Thank
Heck
you.
yeah. Heck
Thank
yeah.
you.
Cheers, guys. And if we don't see you tonight, we'll at least see you next week.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
tomorrow.
That's right. This whole weekend.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.